Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be doing a life update video. If you watch my channel frequently, you know that I do these every kind of 6 months to a year to keep you guys up to date with everything going on, especially if there are big changes in my life. And with everything that has happened this year, I felt like it was a really good time to do another one. The last update was in the fall of 2019 and things have dramatically shifted since then. I am going to put timestamps down below. There's going to be quite a few things we're going to cover, so if you want to hop around and just watch certain parts, feel free. But I'm going to be covering my job change today. I'm going to also be talking about married life, how that's going, future plans for this channel, and I'm also going to touch upon how our pets are doing. So again, if you want to jump around, timestamps will be down below, but we're just going to get started now, and I'm going to jump right in to talking about my job. I made a vlog back in, I think it was May or June of this past year, where I stayed home and cleaned my house and vlogged it. And at the very beginning, I talk about how I was laid off from my graphic design job. But that is pretty much all I've talked about pertaining to that on this channel. I have not given you guys any kind of like update or details about it. Basically, I was laid off in April from my graphic design job that I held for 4 years. So from the second I graduated college until April of this year, I've had pretty much the same job at the same company. I really, really loved it. It was so much fun. I had a very close-knit team of about 7 people. We just had so much fun together. We were just laughing all the time. I just really, really loved it. And I was very grateful for what I had. I had great benefits through the company. I liked my coworkers. I just felt very fortunate to have found something that I loved so much right out of college, because I feel like college kids, they bounce around a lot when they first graduate. I felt very lucky to have kind of found my place right away. I had no intention of going anywhere. I had actually just set up kind of like a 5-year plan with my manager of where we wanted my career to go and everything, and I was setting a lot of goals with the company, and unfortunately they had to do a layoff due to COVID. We had all been sent home, we were working from home, and they cut quite a few people. The marketing department specifically was heavily affected. I was in shock. I was notified through a Zoom call, and it was just a normal Wednesday. I had gotten up, I had just had another meeting. I was just doing my job as usual, and all of a sudden I had no job anymore. And I literally did not know what to do with myself. My manager actually wasn't even present in that call and didn't know I was getting laid off until after I did. I had to kind of figure out what I was gonna do with myself after that. I worked for another 2 weeks and then I was done as of the 1st of May. I had to pass all my projects off to my team members, which was a lot. We had so much going on at that point, and I felt just like helpless having to like hand them off these half-done projects. The immediate kind of expectation was that I was gonna go to a different company. I was just gonna get another job at another company as a graphic designer. All of my team members basically expected that. They were like, yeah, are you applying? Are you doing that? And I just didn't want to. I had loved my job so much that I literally could not imagine myself being happy in any other job like that again. I can't even explain like why I felt this way. I just did. I just was like, I'm never gonna find a job like another team like this that I love so much. And I just have no desire to be a graphic designer anywhere else. Like I just really, really love my job. I'm a very routine person. I get comfortable places and I like to stay. Once I find something I like, I don't want to change it. And so this was forcing me to change it, and I struggled really hard with it. And I ended up telling my husband, I don't want to get another job yet. I don't know what to do with myself. I don't know if this is even a feasible thing, but like I need to take some time. And he's very understanding, and God bless him, honestly. He helped me figure out financially if we were able to do it, which we were. And he was like, you know what, take the summer and figure yourself out, figure out what you want to do, and then we can revisit a job in the fall. You can figure out something in the fall. It was actually pretty good timing because we were in the midst of the end of wedding planning at the time, and I had so much going on with that I needed spare time. My plan was that I was gonna do that. I was gonna just upkeep the house. I was going to work on YouTube and my Etsy shop, which I had just started, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be great. And for a while, it really was great. My house was clean, my laundry was caught up for the first time in like years. For the first time since I was 15, I had a summer where I had nothing to do. Like I had no job and I had no school or anything like that. And it was really weird, but I was excited about it because I was like, I can literally mold my time into whatever I need it to be. And so, yeah, I upkept the house, I worked on YouTube videos, I worked on a lot of wedding stuff. I was able to like work in real time with vendors during the day when they're open and didn't have to play email tag with them. And I just felt very, accomplished and I felt very efficient. It went on like this for a little bit, and then about mid-June I started to get lonely. I would basically like wake up in the morning, Brandon would already have gone to work. I would be alone all day, and then he would come home at 5 and be tired, so we would basically make dinner and then prepare to go to bed. And so the days were very lonely and I was craving human interaction that I normally would have. Even from working from home, we would have meetings and stuff at my old job. And so to not have any of that was really weird. And I did not expect the loneliness to hit me as hard as it did, but I just wanted something. And of course we're quarantined, so I can't just go visit whoever in my family. Like, I couldn't do any of that. So I was literally just stuck with my own thoughts day after day. So I decided I need to get a job. I need to look and see what there is out there and just give it a chance because I literally need human interaction and I need coworkers and I need something. So I started looking at graphic design jobs, but wasn't really finding anything I was super interested in. And then with a twist of fate, one day I opened up my Instagram, and on my Instagram, a local bridal salon had posted a "we're hiring" post, and it was for a stylist position. There was just something about that moment. I like looked at it and I just instantly knew, like, I need to apply to this job. I had seen them post stuff like this before, but I had never pursued it because I had this full-time job. I didn't have time to be a bridal stylist, but I grew up watching Say Yes to the Dress. It was one of my favorite TLC shows. I was just glued to the screen. The day I went and got my wedding gown was like the best thing ever. I was so excited to do it. And so now that my wedding planning was winding down, the thought of being able to be a part of other people's wedding planning and journey was really, really cool to me. So I decided to apply. The job was listed as part-time, so in my mind I was like, well, you'll still get to clean your house and work on YouTube and work on Etsy and wedding plan, but you'll also have coworkers and a job and be bringing in money and feel useful in that regard anyway. And so I called Brandon. I was like, I have to apply to this. And he was like, that's out of the box. Because obviously it's not graphic design. It's not what I've been doing for the past 4 years. And I was like, I know, I need to do it. And so I applied. I ended up getting a phone interview, and then I ended up getting a regular interview and went in for that. Got to do it in person. I have to say, interviewing with a mask on was so weird because like you rely on facial expression to like gauge how things are going. But I can say that I felt very, very good about that interview afterward. And they offered me a day to come in and shadow because the job is very draining mentally and physically, and you have to have kind of a good stamina and be in mentally a very good place to work with so many different types of brides and personalities at such an emotional point in wedding planning. So I did go in, I shadowed for a day, and I decided that I really wanted to do it. And so they said, you know, after your wedding, because they knew I was almost to my wedding. I was by this point like 2 weeks out from my wedding. They were like, after you're done with your wedding and your honeymoon, come back and we'll train you. And so I started training mid-August for about 3 weeks, and then I started as a stylist on the 6th of September was my first day, and it was a Sunday, which is a very busy day for the shop. So it was crazy. I closed my first ever I think I had 3 appointments, yeah. And I closed all of them. So I was so excited and like just such a boost of confidence. It was just so rewarding to know like I can do this. The job is sales, and so I personally never saw myself in sales. I am an introvert, and I'm not like I don't know, aggressive really. So I was like, I don't know if I could do sales, but this is a different type of sales. And it's much more personal. You create relationships with your brides. And so I really love it. And I have been doing really well there. I've been there for now 2.5, almost 3 months, and I have been moving up. I've been able to work more than just part-time, which has been great. I would love to do a Q&A about the job in a future video. Because I haven't been there super long yet, I don't want to do one yet, but that could be something in the future. So be on the lookout for me to like put out something about, you know, sending me photos, sending me questions for a Q&A, because I'd love to talk about it more. But yeah, so I'm a bridal stylist now. Long story short, I'm a bridal stylist, and that has been the biggest change in my life this entire year. I would say it trumps getting married, because I, yes, got married, but my relationship hasn't changed a ton. Which is what I'm going to talk about next, but the job thing has been a tremendous change. But I can confidently say that I love my coworkers, I love my work environment, and I feel the way I did about my previous job in a different way. Like I'm just as happy, but I'm finding that I'm a little more passionate about this job and what it stands for, and I'm more excited about growing with the company, whereas with my old job, it wasn't something that I was as excited about. I think I was drawn to it more because of my coworkers, whereas this one, I actually enjoy the actual content of my job, which is great. It's just like really nice to know that I can be in a completely new profession and love it just as much as I did the other one. So yeah, that's what's going on with that. So other than that, update on married life. Married life is great. It's not much different from our life before. I would say we're kind of in a little bit of a honeymoon phase right now. I think we're just kind of still giddy about the fact that we're married, but we had lived together before, so none of that changed. We actually just picked up our marriage license yesterday from when I'm filming this. We just got copies of it so that I can go about changing my name finally. It's just fun, you know, to know that you're married. I definitely want to do more married life videos on this channel. That's something that I'd like to see for the future. Someone on a different video commented that we should do cooking videos. I love that idea because he and I love to cook together and try new recipes all the time, and he's really into baking. I also just want to do some married life vlogs and just show you guys like our day-to-day and how things are, and maybe that's boring, but the holidays are coming up, so I do want to do a few vlogs for that, and I do have a lineup of content for this coming year, which is good. Obviously the wedding content is pretty much wrapping up. I have a couple more that I want to film, which are more just like advice videos, but now we're moving into kind of like the future of this channel. We have put buying a house on hold until this spring. We were going to buy one before the holidays. That was kind of our like whole goal this year, was get married, buy a house. But the current housing market here is crazy. It's a great time for sellers, not the best time for buyers. Interest rates are really low, which is good, but houses are selling for much, much more than they're being listed because we have a lot of people trying to move up here to Maine. I think all of it's due to COVID and people wanting to get away from populated areas. So the market up here is crazy. We also have a little bit of debt we want to get rid of, and we just want to be a little bit better off financially before taking the jump to apply to get pre-approved for a mortgage. We actually talked to a bank and they gave us a bunch of advice to improve our chances of getting like a higher pre-approval, and so we're working on all of that, and the target time frame now to buy a home for us is going to be the March-April area. We're hoping to move in the spring so that we can have all summer to do house projects and paint and do everything that we want to whatever house we buy. Which brings me to the fact that I want to do some home improvement kind of videos once we get there. We want to do renovations, maybe like some kind of like DIY fixer-upper type of videos, I don't know, depending on what we buy, of course, but I would love to do that, and yeah, let me know if that's something you guys would be interested in. As far as the rest of our future goes, we've had some people ask us about kids, like, are you planning on having children? We are, but we want to have a house first. We want to have a space for a child to grow up in and a nice yard, and we also really want to be financially stable to support a child. And what else? Oh, the pets. I said I would touch upon this. So the kitties are doing amazing. They are really great. I think Allie is probably at her like peak of growth. She's definitely out of the kitten phase. She's gonna be 2 this year, and so she's definitely like grown out of her like kitten look. She's filled out a lot. Her face is still really kitten though, so she's so cute, and she kept her really velvety fur, which I think is adorable. Evie is turning 5 this weekend, which is crazy because we got her when she was just 1 year old. So now she's turning 5, and that's crazy. But anyway, in kitty years, she's still very, very young, and she is just my roly-poly little raccoon is what we call her. She's always on the hunt for chicken, and we had to recently put her on a little bit of a diet because she's a little bit of a glutton. Gypsy is doing super duper well. She's about 1 year and 8 or so months old now. She's gonna be 2 in January, so no, that math's wrong. She's almost 2. Quarantine has helped her a lot just because we're home a lot more now. And she was having a lot of separation anxiety before. We actually tried to get her into doggy daycare last winter. She went a grand total of 3 times. And was jumping the fences at the doggy daycare. She just did not want to be in that environment. I think it was just a little bit too much of like stimulation for her mentally, and she would freak out. So we ended up not doing that. She went through a very destructive phase where she was eating woodwork, she was ripping rugs apart, and we were like pretty sure it was because we were leaving her during the day. We attempted to crate train her. It didn't go well. I'm not gonna like get into all of that, but we tried literally everything to make her more comfortable. And what ended up really helping was quarantine. Quarantine, with us being home with her, she kind of grew out of the separation anxiety. She calmed down a lot. And now we're able to leave her during the day. You know, Brandon goes to work and I work a few days a week. And so we leave her and she's completely fine now. So I think that that really helped her grow out of it and understand like, we're gonna come home, it's okay, you know. We're not leaving her every single day anymore, which is really nice. But she's really doing well. We just ordered a DNA test kit for her, so we're finally gonna find out exactly what breed she is. My money is on Great Pyrenees, some type of Shepherd, maybe not German, but some type of Shepherd, and a little bit of Husky, I think. We were told Shepherd Pyrenees, but I do think she has some Husky in her. So that is gonna be really interesting to find out, and we got that for her as a Christmas present this year. So that will be up and coming. If you are interested in hearing more about that, she does have an Instagram page that you can follow. I'll put it up on the screen here, and I'm gonna post the results on there. And yeah, you guys can take your guesses also as to what she is. So that's what's going on. That's the current update. Of course, Brandon is still at his current job. He's been very fortunate to be able to still be there. We're now just gearing up for the holiday season. I think we're gonna do Thanksgiving alone this year just because of everything going on with COVID. We just don't want to gather in big groups. So I think the plan is that we're just gonna stay home. So maybe I'll do a vlog of that. Maybe like our first Thanksgiving home alone, because I've never done Thanksgiving alone like that. So yeah, maybe we'll do a vlog of that if you guys are interested, you know. But that is the current life update. I don't want to go on too long here. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure that you give it a thumbs up. Click subscribe if you like my content. I try to put it out once a month or so when I can. But thank you guys again for those of you that come back and watch me. Make sure you click the bell to know when I upload, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.